Hi everyone. This video is on allergens, which is a really important topic, so if you don't pay attention to any other video, pay attention to this one. There's 8 major allergens, although there's all kinds of things that people can be allergic to, and the big ones that we have around here are gluten and dairy and eggs and tree nuts and peanuts. Peanuts are different than tree nuts. Tree nuts are like almonds and hazelnuts and things that grow on trees, and peanuts grow differently, so peanuts are a separate allergen. And then soy is also an allergen, and then the rest of them are crustaceans and fish. But we don't get into that too much. But gluten is the big one. Gluten is the most important one. And gluten is wheat, and wheat is flour. And a lot of people surprisingly don't know that. But everything that we make here, pretty much, we put gluten in, except for a specific number of gluten-free items that we do, like gluten-free red velvet brownies, and I do some gluten-free bread every once in a while. So if anybody asks if we have anything gluten-free, we do have some gluten-free things, but gluten is wheat is flour. So there's gluten in the bread, there's gluten in the bagels, there's gluten in the pastries, there's gluten in the muffins, there's gluten in basically everything we make. And some people are avoiding gluten as kind of a lifestyle choice, but some people have what's called Crohn's disease, which is when their small intestines like turn on themselves or whatever. It's really a nasty disease, and if they get the slightest bit of gluten accidentally, they can get really sick from it. And then there are people that are just plain allergic to it, and if you accidentally give gluten to somebody who's allergic to it, they can die in a matter of minutes. So it's hugely serious to understand completely how allergens work. And so moving on to dairy and eggs. Interestingly, eggs is different than dairy. Dairy is milk, half and half, heavy whipping cream, butter, anything like that. We use a lot of butter, so the cinnamon rolls, for example, have butter in them, and they also have gluten in them because they have flour in them. So it's really important, if a customer asks if something has something, if you don't know the answer, then tell them that you don't know. Don't lie to them, because they could die or they could get really sick. It could be very serious. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask somebody else. And if you can't get the answer, if there's nobody here that knows, just tell them that you don't know, that you can't say for sure. So I'll tell you a quick story that I read about in a magazine that was emphasizing the need to train on allergens. And it was about a 5-star restaurant, a really nice restaurant, and a guy had a coconut allergy, which is kind of like nuts a little bit. It's not one of the big 8, but it's very close. So he went to this restaurant and he told the chef, he told the manager, he told his server, he told everyone, don't let anything with coconut come anywhere near me because I'm deathly allergic to it. And so the dinner went along fine, and they checked everything that they gave him, and everything went along until right at the end. And right at the end, when the server brought the ticket over for the meal, she brought a couple of chocolate-covered little candies to go with it, and the candies had coconut in it. And so he opened one of them up, and he took a bite, and he went into anaphylactic shock, and he died right there in a 5-star restaurant less than 5 minutes later. So it's very, very serious. We don't want anybody to have any health problems. And again, if you don't know the answer, ask somebody. If you can't find anybody to ask, then just tell the customer that you can't say for sure, that you don't really know. Sometimes we can go back to the recipe book and find the answer, but if you can't find the answer, don't lie. Don't tell them that you are, don't think that it does, just say that you don't know for sure. And remember, the big things around here are gluten, which is in basically everything that we make. So it's in the cinnamon rolls, it's in the bagels, it's in the bread, it's in the muffins, it's in anything that we use flour for, which is almost everything that we make. And then there's dairy in the bagels, like milk is actually in the bagels. So the bagels have dairy and wheat in them, gluten. So there's 2 there. And then other things like cinnamon rolls have milk in them as well. So this is a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but it's a really important topic. So make sure that you understand everything about it. If you don't know, ask your supervisor or your manager or text to me, and I will give you the answer. Okay? Thanks for listening, and there's a quiz, so I hope you paid attention. Talk to you later. Bye.